Hi everyone, Julie is here. I'm glad to see my channel You're of the Russian, and I think today's video will be Irish superstition. So let's begin. We Russians have a couple of superstitions. Some of us believe and some don't. If struck with salt, then surely someone will quarrel. Forks or spoons have fallen. Soon someone will come. Black cat across the road. Then there will be something unpleasant, and etc. And so I wondered what kind of superstition the Irish have. I found something interesting related to the airplane, and relationship with airplane is actually very simple. 13 row, that is its absence. In particular, I say about the Irish airline Ryanair.
Moreover, Ryanair is the largest low-cost airline in Europe, founded in 1984 by Irish millionaire Tony Ryan, Chris Ryan and Liam Lonergan. Interestingly, in 1985 the company flew on the only one route, Waterford-Gatwick Airport, London, and according to data for 2016, 106 and more million passengers were transported, and flights have already been carried out to many countries of the world.
By the way, I advise you to see my awesome, amazing perfume release in which the ears of Tony Ryan with her perfume brand appeared. Let's get back to superstitions.
The number 13 is considered unlucky in most Western cultures and also has a number of negative connotations, starting with Judas, who betrayed Jesus as the 13th person to join the Last Supper table. That is why row 13 is not on the planes, in order to avoid incidents related to the cultural beliefs of passengers from different countries of the row.
But in fact, if they count according to the count that we know, then the serial number will still remain unchanged. Direct example of self-deception. Moreover, according to my observation, I can say that people still divide into two types. We don't take into account those who abstained, those who afraid this number, and those who adore it. For me personally, 13 is sacred number. Well, I obviously don't feel any negative feelings from it. How do you feel about 13? Write in the comments. And it turns out that superstition extends not only to the aviation sector, but also in maritime sector.
In general, besides 13, there are excellent alternatives in the style of the number 4, 17. After all, every nation has its own signs. The Chinese don't like the number 4 because of their similarity in spelling with div. But tell me, what 17 might not like? It's all about the anagram in Latin from the Roman number, which carries a similar meaning to the number 4. So, in theory, you can add a drop to each number. Can people create problems for themselves? The Americans are great in terms of tact, as United Airlines Polaris, which carries many Chinese, remove 2 consecutive rows, 13 and 14. 14 is like an analog of 4.
It's unlucky to stir your tea or coffee counterclockwise. It's nothing to me. I never paid attention, and I wondered what will happen if I ask a local interfere counterclockwise. They will send me to hell or another unique place. And what about you? Which way do you steer? New shoes on the bed is bad.
Save yourself and your life and never ever put your new shoes on the table or bed. It might be one of the oldest superstitions, but the Irish still don't try to test it.
I'm interested. What is meant by the term new? Do you mean worn shoes or not worn, or just both? Are the Irish really careful about this superstition because they walk around the house in street shoes, relax, or even jump on the bed? What comes to my mind is our Russian analog about wallet and bag that should not be put on the table, otherwise there will be no money.
Seeing a single magpie brings sorrow to the passerby. Many Irish superstitions revolved around the pesky magpie, who antagonized farmers in myriad ways, and so made for a convenient collective enemy. Whether a solo magpie can strike fear into the heart of a passerby as no magpie can. There is some modding between the Irish and English version of magpie folklore, but the general belief is that saluting the magpie and sometime telling him or her the time will stave off the sorrow, and a dew of magpie conversely brings joy. Another bird-related Irish superstition states that anyone who kills a robin will have lifelong bad luck.
In our Russian interpretation, the bird can promise both grief, happiness. If it knocks on the window or flew into the house, all depends on the bird's type. But I remembered something else. When my neighbors were travelers, they killed one of magpie to scare off other birds from rubbish bins. Video about these guys here. They killed and hung it on the gate. Obviously not superstition, guys. If you break a mirror, you're out of luck for 7 years. Very well-known superstition. And what interesting is ancestors, the Romans.
The Romans believed that when you look in a mirror, you're actually looking into your soul, and therefore breaking the mirror damages it. However, there was a certain peculiarity caused by the contrary belief that our souls are renewed every 7 years, so that the damage is negligible.
I think it happened with everyone, but your attitude of the situation decided. That is, everything depends on the belief, on the person himself in what happens. Let's dilute a little data superstition. Can you tell me if you really have such a sign of the Irish, or it's someone's joke? What kind of omen can be associated with upside down? What need to be down to be in such state? Do yoga classes? Well, no. Stick to the ceiling? What? No! In fact, it's enough to be just a birthday boy. It's customary for Russian to pull the ears as many times as how old are you, and I find some funny information.
It's supposedly the Irish tradition to turn the birthday boy upside down and lightly bang his head on the floor as many times as he has turned. And in additionally for tea, once more to fix good luck and wishes for health. Although it sounds doubtful, because in an inverted state, you can get cerebral hemorrhage, especially if you turn your grandfather and grandmother over, hit the floor and count 90, and etc. But without these manipulations, congratulations as such are not counted. How hard to believe in it. And you?
I didn't observe such a sign among my acquaintances. Observe more drinking events at American Pie-style parties. It turned out that science and superstition transformed. But what can you say about this? Well, I said so much, but I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Subscribe to my channel, mark the bell in order not to miss new release, and push the button if you like this video. See you in the next thematic video.